Beyblade X's launch of the new Infinity line has opened the door to new possibilities. With 3 new releases, I want to find the best combo for each one of these blades. So let's see them perform against the top meta Beyblade X combinations and see how they do. So if you are new here and like bays that spin, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment your thoughts. And make sure to check out Mall of Bays. We import from Japan and we are Canadian based. It's an optional way to support the channel and I appreciate any and all support regardless. Let's begin with combo building. I do want to address why I'm going to be just doing the stock Overblade and Metal Blade together. While I do think that it is worth exploring a lot of combinations, I prefer if you're watching this video right now, you could just open up your new Infinity Beyblade and just use it like that. Now with that out of the way, let's go build our combinations. Let's show off our first build of Knight Fortress on Wheel 960 Wedge. This is our defense combination, since Fortress generates a bunch of recoil, but still has some pretty good defense properties. Pairing it up with Wheel will be able to help us tank attacks better and give us a lot of good endgame stamina. With 960, it's going to be very hard to burst it, and the Wedge bit should be able to have some pretty good stamina and stability. The idea of this build should be just to tank our opponents, outlast them, and hopefully do some counter hits. Our second combination is going to be Bahamut Blitz Heavy 150 Kick. This is going to be primarily an attack combo. Yes, we are using the kick bit. Blitz has huge contact points. It can critically hit its opponents with those sharp contacts. We want to try to maximize this in the best way possible, so with the heavy assist blade, it is the heaviest and shortest assist blade in Beyblade X, and we're able to align it with Blitz contact points to give us a big boost for our hits. The 150 ratchet is the shortest ratchet I want to actually use with it. It's going to help align on those big contacts. We should be able to even rebound and recover in the stadium, which is going to be good. And with kick, it has good endgame stamina. Even if kick does self KO, since we're super short, we should be able to avoid it. So our goal with this is to hit hard, controlling recoil that we generate, and still have some stamina to finish at the end. Our third combo is Ragnar Rage on 760 Kick with the heavy assist blade. It's more or less the same idea as Blitz. We just gave it 760 since it's going to just mainly be a destabilizer where it's going to make opponents fall down. Just give it 760 to help keep it strong. And the idea with this build is just to destabilize our opponents. I don't expect this thing to do many KOs, but if it can do its one job, then I'll take it. But with great Beyblade combos, there needs to be great opponents to face. Let's test out our 2 attack builds against Wizard Rod on 160 Hexa. Wizard Rod has great stamina and defense due to its outwards weight distribution and round shape and design. Using the 160 ratchet is going to be able to pocket escape, and with Hexa we should be able to have some pretty good stamina and defense properties. And let's see how Bahamut and Ragnarok do. Starting off with Bahamut Blitz. 3, Bahamut with a quick evasion. Yeah, take yourself out. Come on! Looks like you're about to be kicked to the curb. Alright, Bahamut is not hitting it. So against Bahamut Blitz, this was an absolute nightmare for Wizard Rod. Blitz just kept on doing a lot of critical hits that landed big KOs against it. I think this does prove that Wizard Rod is not this invincible combination, right? If you can read your opponent, you should have a good time against it. I do think because Blitz hits so hard, it favors really a lot more to Blitz than it would Wizard Rod, so be mindful that unless your opponent can really read your launch, you should be able to lead in pretty strong. Now let's see Ragnarok. Come on, Ragnar Rage. Oh, we're getting a few good hits. No, I'm missing. Come on. Ah! 200. Whoa! Big counter? Oh, no, man. Versus Ragnar Rage, it was way closer. While yes, Ragnar was able to get some KOs, the fact that it was just so close on those outspins and everything, I think this is a really bad matchup for Ragnar Rage. While you can definitely get lucky with KOs, I don't think this is going to be that favorable of a matchup. It leans very, very close, and I would wager that Wizard Rod should have an easier time. So, looking at the results, I think it's fair enough to say that our better opponent that performed was Bahamut Blitz, which is going to be ranked first out of these two for this type of matchup. For our second opponent, we have Shark Scale on 360 Rush. Shark Scale is great at KOing its opponents, destabilizing them, and it's a top tier attacker. We're literally just doing a very basic attack combo. 360 is just 360, and Rush can give us slow and repeated attacks. Let's first see how Bahamut Blitz does against it. Bahamut! One of it. Two, one of it. Three times it. The thing that really led to its victory was the fact that Bahamut Blitz just had so much endgame stamina thanks to kick. While Shark can definitely still do very good, I think it's only really that stamina advantage that helped out with Blitz. While it does have very good attack power, I still think Shark is a very good attacker in the meta, and Blitz will not replace it. Now let's see how Knight does against Shark. I'm good! I'm really good! So I would say overall this was a very big sweep for Knight. It was able to tank a lot of those hits and outspin consistently. I did definitely bit burst, but that was the fact that I forgot that you don't need to hard launch with defense, and if you launch a little bit lighter, you don't generate as much recoil, so that's on me. So I would say in a matchup against Shark Scale, they should be okay if you use this Knight combination because it can tank. Just make sure you don't launch too hard, and Wheel should do most of the work. How does Ragnar Rage perform against Shark? No! No way 3 in a row, come on. Fuck off. How strong is Scale, man? Come on. For Ragnar Rage, since this matchup is really close, I would say that, again, because Shark is very good, I feel like it's going to favor closer to Shark than Ragnar Rage. Like, yes, it's mostly just got carried from kick, but it got out-KO'd, so it's not really favorable for it. Obviously, again, our best performer is, I would honestly say, Bahamut Blitz, and I'd say the worst in this case would probably be Ragnar Rage. Now, our next combo is Mummy Curse on 960 Wage. Mummy has a very round shape and design. It should be very good at tanking our attackers, but also potentially destabilizing them with that protrusion that comes out to block them. 3 jump. Wow! 3 jump. No! Oh! So for the Mummy Curse section, I was going to kind of show, you know, Bahamut Blitz, then Ragnar Rage, but what's really funny is I don't even know how the f this happens. Beat them with the exact same score, but for like different points that it scored. The thing with Mummy is that it just tanks them really, really good. Neither of these bays are probably going to beat Mummy Curse. And if you're against Mummy Curse using Ragnar Rage or Bahamut Blitz, expect to lose, right? It's going to be very hard to beat it. Mummy tanks it very good. Its round shape and design is just too good for custom line. Plus, since Mummy can destabilize opponents because of the little protrusion that it has, it just really makes it a bad matchup for custom line. For our fourth opponent of Hover Wyvern on 760 kick, it is a top destabilizer build where it can make these custom line bays fall down and is very good at KOing its opponents. So I mean, hey, let's try it up against Bahamut Blitz. All right, come on. Some hits to Hover, yes. Move it. Oh. Oh, man. Moving, nice hit. Miss. Come on. Get that hit, Blitz. Yes. Super close matchup since they both have insane recoil. It was just a big back and forth. Blitz did get some outspins, but there was no real clear dominance in a matchup like this, and at least looking contextually at these rounds, I do think it's going to be a close one. But let's see how Knight Fortress does. Go for it. Alright, Knight against Hover. Big hits! 3 to eliminate. I need Knight to block this, please. Oh, man! Well, it looks like I sold. By the way, this whole time, I literally only remembered, like, right at the end when we were doing the night testings, not the hard launch, and yeah, it screwed me up. Like, I just kept on getting bit bursted, kept lifting me up, it made me lose, so. And Ragnar Rage kind of did nothing, but the thing is, it was the most consistent killer against Hover Wyvern, which is actually really funny. So, I mean, our winner in this one is probably going to be Ragnar Rage, and our least is going to be Knight Fortress in this case. And for our last opponent of Aero Pegasus on 160 Rush, I needed another opponent to test Knight against, so this is our top contender attacker, great stamina, great outwards weight distribution. 2 Olympic. 2 Olympic. Shit. 2 Olympic. 2 Olympic. Oh, I shouldn't have launched so hard. Oh, damn you. And I think this was a pretty good test for Knight because it held up really good. It was able to take the hits consistently. While definitely bit burst did occur, I think Fortress is just really good at taking a lot of those strong hits. And overall, I think Fortress showed very good promise. So for final thoughts as we wrap up, let's rank each of the bays. And then at the end, I will show my tier list, or I'll just say where I would probably rank them. At the bottom is going to be Ragnar Rage. I don't think it's a terrible release. I just think it's pretty much just like maybe high B tier. It's very good at destabilizing the opponents, and that's pretty much all it can really do, in my opinion. We have second place for Knight. I don't think it's better than Mummy Curse, but I do think it's our best CX defense option, and if you're worried about wedge bursting and you don't want to try to keep on gambling with light launching, you could probably just use Hex and be okay. And lastly, Bahamut Blitz is going to be first place. I am very attack biased. I just think Bahamut is probably like the same tier if we're both using the heaviest S-Blade compared to Pegasus Blast. I think it hits really good, and even though the contacts will wear and won't be as perfect as Mint, I still think it's good enough if I wanted to actually use it. If you want to see me do testings on some of the other parts in depth, like finding the best 150 combo, finding the best yielding, etc., if we get 905 likes, I will do that video. But that's going to be pretty much it for now, so I want to say thank you all for watching. That's going to be it for now. Take care and bye. And you know what my favorite combo is? Fortnite. Massive 670 taper. Somebody commented this and they got all the likes, so it's featured in the next video.